If you were a kid back in the 90s and early 2000s, then chances are you were probably watching the animated series about the Batman. Behind every great animated hero is a great voice actor. And for me, that actor is Kevin Conroy.
The only Batman I knew was the Adam West Batman from the 60s. And Bruce Timm said, no, that's not what we're doing. Everyone loves Adam West, but that's not what we're doing. He said, no, and he described to me the character and the tragedy of the background. So I just put myself into, just put in my imagination in the booth. I went to this place and, this dark kind of broody voice came. And I sort of found this character just in the audition, just improvising. They were willing to look at an actor that no one had ever heard of, but who had the right instinct for the role and brought the character to life. That was such a lucky moment for me.
I didn't anticipate when I started how passionate people are about Batman. The really interesting part of it, the fun part of it, has been this interaction I get to have with the audience, because the Batman fans are so passionate about the character. And there's this really interesting sense of connection that people have with Batman. It's like a personal connection.
I think that we all underestimate the difficulty of a lot of people's lives and a lot of people's childhoods. Mm-hmm. People grow up in extraordinary situations, and to realize that an animated character that you did was a safe place for a kid, was a harbor for a kid in a violent situation, and then they come up to you 20 years later and say, you're the reason I got out of that. It's extraordinary for an actor, because an actor, you're doing a performance, you're giving your heart to the role, but it's a performance. But to find out that you actually affected a life, man, is that a blessing?
For the better.
It's amazing.
Not just affected a life, but for the better.
But I had a young woman who said she had grown up in the projects on the south side of Chicago. She said, every kid I grew up with is either in jail or dead. She said, I have a life. I have a family. And it's because I had Batman every afternoon.
Isn't that something?
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It
affected so many lives.
As an actor, you think, oh my God, the effect that you can have on someone is such a blessing. Because you're so involved with doing the role, getting the role, performing the role. You tend to forget what effect it's having on someone, and how something you do might save a child's life. Like that teacher saved my life.
It means that you don't have to have superpowers to have a positive effect on the world, to give to the world. And that's a wonderful lesson for everybody, that we can all be involved, we can all give what we can of ourselves to leave this world a better place. That's the whole Batman lesson. How do you leave the world a better place? How do you make your life count by leaving the world better than it was before you arrived? That to me is the Batman story. And he means so much to people, because we can all do that in one way or another. Everybody can contribute something. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to cure cancer. You can plant a beautiful garden. You can raise a beautiful child. Everyone has something that they can contribute. Look, life is hard for everybody. Everybody is challenged by something in life. Everyone really is. No one gets a free pass. I don't care how rich and powerful someone is, they've had challenges in their life. They've had failures in their life. They don't brag about it, but they have, because they're human. It's a difficult journey that we're on. It's a beautiful journey, but it's a difficult journey. What's truly important are the people in your life, the lives you touch and the people who touch your life. You have no control over what fate throws at you. You don't know what's coming tomorrow or next month. Life throws curveballs at everybody. But what you do have control over is how you react to those curveballs. You can let them crush you and make you bitter, or you can learn from them and take that knowledge and get back into life. Know that you are loved. And remember, it's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you.